Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So yeah, I just woke up. I'm gonna get straight into this. This video technically is about packaging, and this wasn't supposed to be put out for quite some time because technically I didn't really actually write a whole lot about this. But I was watching one of my streamers yesterday, and streamers, one of the people that I buy from on Whatnot, and he had mentioned something that I thought was very important. I felt like it was a really good reason to make this video today, and I may pump this video out today. Today's the 16th of October. Again, I just woke up, so I need to definitely drink some of it. If you're one of my sellers that I buy from all the time, I'm not a DC or Marvel. I like watching it on TV. So far as collecting Lego, no. Don't even bother on bringing it up to me. It ain't gonna happen. I'm only into Star Wars. But today's video is about packaging. I'm gonna show you guys a short little clip right before I start saying a lot of these things on here. Actually, yeah. So I'll get back to you after this.
Oh yeah, about the bubble wrap, right? Um, so I bought really good figures off of sellers, and they've all had came some of them expensive figures, and they have come in bubble mailers, right? Simple bubble mailers, stuff like that. But all my stuff, all my figures, I wrap in bubble wrap, and then they go in a box. They go in a box.
So from the video that you just seen, I was just lucky last night. You know, I was like just watching him, supporting his channel. It'll be up here. Check him out. Really good fire deals. He was selling some pretty good stuff last night, man. 5 poly bags for $5, and somebody came by and picked that up quick, man. If you're just now watching this video, you know, and it's later in the week of October or whatever the hell, you know, mention it to him. He'll bring it up to you. Shadow Fett, again, I'll leave it up here again. Check him out. Real cool dude. Real cool guy. But, you know, after that whole talk that he had, I was just like, yeah, I got to pump this video out because I was thinking about it and I'm like, you know, the packaging with the Whatnot community for Lego is a big deal. Really big deal. You know, and I just was like, damn, you know. So we all know what bubble mailers are. You know, it's all nice in the inside. You know, you send it to these guys or whatever. You know, you buy your own, whatever though. But this isn't good, man. This isn't good at all. You know, it's if those are your minifigs in there, man, even with the bubble wrap or paper and who knows what else, this ain't good, man. This is complete. And again, if I bought from you before, you know, this just ain't good. This is my opinion. If you don't like it, then I don't know what to really tell you. And I'm not going to show you all the packages yet from the people that I bought from, because that's not that video time or place yet. That video is coming. I'm still waiting for a lot of my packages to all come in. So before I started making a lot of these videos, or before I wanted to start making all these videos, I was like, let me order from 10 people. Check out one of my videos. It's an October update. It's got the TF Brick Squad logo. And that's just me telling you, like, you know, I'm not going to buy one. I'm not going to buy two, blah, blah, blah. Check it out. Because that's me telling you that I'm making these videos on Whatnot about sellers and everything else and what you need to know, tips, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, we can get into it. The pros. Package is the seller's autograph. It seriously is. You send us a bubble wrap to a buyer and we're expecting expensive minifigs. It's almost kind of like a slap in the face because now we're like wondering, like, oh shoot, man, are these minifigs cracked? Is something wrong with them? Do one of their body parts just pop off? We don't know. It's in bubble mailers, blah blah blah. Just not good. Send it in a box. Send it in a box. And, you know, and while we're talking about a box right now, one seller that I'm only going to show off because he did fantastic. I think he did fantastic. Check him out. Check him out. I'm not going to show what I got from him, but if he's watching this, obviously, shout out to you, RPG Sales. Thank you, thank you. I received it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Check this guy out. He's, you know, real cool. Just starting out on Whatnot. Real cool dude as well too. I blocked out his whole address, so don't worry. I'm not over here showing off his address, etc. But you know, he used a standard Amazon box. Nothing fancy. But it's a box, for crying out loud. It's a box, you guys. Like I said, I covered up his address. So, and my name is there. My name is there. So, you know, it is what it is. But you get the idea. But he used the box. Again, RPG Sales. Check him out. Thank you again for sending it in a box. Because every seller that I buy from, and I have to go to my mailbox, and I have to see what they sent it in, tells me a lot about the seller. It really does. And I can't really stress it the most on, like, a lot of people that I've already bought from, and I'm not going to say names, and it's almost kind of like a letdown in a sense, because it's like, you know, does this probably cost a little bit more? It does. There's other sellers that I bought from, and the box wasn't this big. It was probably like a little smaller. And you know who you are. Especially if you're watching this. Oh, sorry. I literally just woke up. I just wanted to make this before I start my day off, though. Because this was what was on my mind last night. Oh, shit, that's right. Right. You're going to see him in one of these videos, but RPG Sales. I just can't really believe it, man. I just, you know, it's one of those things that it's kind of like if you're sending it in bubble mailers. I want to say it like this: stop, don't stop, you know. But you guys are gonna do what you guys do, anyways. And then this goes for tiny, small, and pro sellers, expert sellers, you know, whatever. Anyways, moving on. Cardboard box, bubble wrap, and paper. We've already covered that, so you guys already know how I pretty much feel about that. Some of you guys actually leave your business card, which is really, really cool. Like, you know, especially for the ones that are like, that have stores or shops and wherever state that you guys all live in. I think that's really cool. And then you guys also like leave little baggies of the minifigures. I think that's a great way, especially, you know, if it's coming in a box, great. Because, you know, wrapping paper and bubble wrap and all that stuff is usually already in here as well, too. So that's a huge plus, especially if the minifigures are all in them. This is bound to take more damage if another box was on top of this by chance. So, yeah, it definitely does take it takes a damage. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on. We're moving on to now cons. Bubble mailers. Again, it's cheaper. I understand. Completely get it. If you guys have over 1,000 orders or whatever the hell, hundreds of orders coming in, you know, that may seem like the more cheaper, better route. You save a buck. The customer gets what they want. But it's like, how many of you guys ever actually had returns where your buyer sends you a message and says, hey dude, my minifigure's cracked. It didn't show that in the video receipt. You know, like, it wasn't like that, dude. Like, you sent it out and it showed up and it was cracked. Who knows? Maybe they're lying. Who knows? You know, maybe they swapped it out with their own minifigure and they want to give you their messed up one and keep your, you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword at that point. I see it like as, you know, so is what it is. But, you know, it's just a box would back you guys up so much more. Like, I sent it to you in a box. Like, is the box messed up? Like, you know, but again, my personal opinion. Yeah. So back to the bubble mailers again, because again, I didn't really write a whole lot on this one, but yeah, the bubble mailers, everything's just thrown in there. There was one seller that I had received from a bubble mailer, and everything was like in the little Ziploc baggies, kind of like something like this. This wasn't it, but this is just an example. Everything was just thrown in there. I was just like, damn, man, like no bubble wrap inside of the bubble mailer, like nothing, no paper, no nothing. It was just thrown in there. Like he was just boom, 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 knocking it out. On to the next order. Boom, 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 knocking it all out. None of the bags even had like numbers. It was just like, wow. So I had to go through and make sure that everything that I had bought from that person was even actually there. And so that was a little time consuming. And then, like I said before, shit. Well, I'm just going to use this paper, RPG sells it, but I mark all my stuff down so that I know. So, like, for instance, I have like 5 more things coming in the mail. And I just need to, you know, just waiting patiently so I can pump out that video. There are going to be, and I'm going to make the announcement on this though for sure, because either way I'm going to say it in my other video. There are going to be sellers that I am going to definitely unfollow, and I am going to definitely not order from again because of the shipping. I'm saving myself a headache, honestly. Even if they were selling or giving out good fire deals on whatever, I only do business with people who actually spend money. You gotta, AJ Bricks, if you know the guy, check him out. Like he said, you gotta spend money to make money. And a lot of sellers, you know, a lot of them were really cool, especially to me when I first met them and all, you know, but I can't receive my Lego and I won't receive my Lego in bubble mailers. Just, it's not worth it. It's not worth me taking the time and the hassle, or something happens and then it's like, great, now I got to send this back to the dude that I just got done doing business with, and it's just, you know, and I don't want to put any of the people that I have bought from in this kind of situation where it's just like, great, another freaking buyer sending this stuff back, you know, and I don't want to have that reputation of like, gosh damn, you know, TF Brick Squad just keeps sending stuff back. All of a sudden, he was receiving stuff on a good term, on a good note. Now all of a sudden, now he's bringing stuff back. So yeah, I think receiving it in a box definitely is the way to go for most buyers. I think most buyers would probably definitely receive it. Again, whatever else in the whatnot community, whether if it's Pokemon cards or, you know, receiving just items, you know, I think a lot of boxes are really the way to go. I know they probably cost a little bit more, but I mean, we all buy from Amazon, so it's like, you know, but yeah. That's my 2 cents. That's my opinion. That's how I feel. I'm really glad that Shadow Fett kind of like mentioned it last night. I was just like, damn, yeah, this is a good time to really mention this, because if a seller is mentioning that about other sellers, I wonder how many more people are really talking about this, because this is a pretty big deal, especially if we could definitely all kind of like jump on this and kind of just exit out the bubble mailers, because yeah. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned something from this. Hopefully, you know, something will change. Maybe something, I don't know. But like I always say, peace. Take it easy.